it short, but you know, being in a band, you get really close to the people around you in the band, and you know, the bad things about being in a band, of course, are like dwindling record sales and online sharing, and you know, just the general recession that's hitting everybody right now. It hits us too, and you know, it's been a hard couple years in a lot of ways, but it's also been amazing in so many ways, because no matter where we go, people show up, and everybody has been so kind and so generous to us in the last few years especially, and we just see the same fans out over and over and over again, and it's made touring really fun this year, which has been awesome, so I'll say that. But we did a really fun tour.
I love how this is going to connect to Gay 90s.
Don't worry, it's getting there. I'm the new Chris Evans. Anyway, once when I was 5, no. But what I was going to say was that in particular this winter we had an amazing time. We went out on tour and we had our biggest US tour ever. And we just, you know, the fans came out in full force and it was really wonderful. We were all in good spirits. And we had a week or a couple week break in between legs of the tour, and we flew back to start the second leg, and we flew to Minneapolis. And Minneapolis is a wonderful place. Yep. I always have a good time when I'm in Minneapolis, and we landed there, we had a night off, and I went to dinner with a couple people on the crew, and you know, on the way back from dinner we saw this place called Gay 90s, and we were like, what is Gay 90s? Yeah, that is a strange name for a bar, and anyway, we didn't even go in, but we just decided we were going to try to convince everyone in the group to come with us, so we went back to a club or a bar next to the hotel, and we called everybody and told them it was mandatory that they come meet us for a drink, and we had a surprise for them. And so after we had a drink, we headed over to Gay 90s, and it wasn't that awesome. It was pretty empty, and everyone was sort of like, why are we here? But 40 or 50 margaritas later, I remember a few things, like getting everyone up to dance to Alicia Keys' New York song. I also took a microphone from a drag queen and introduced all of us, which was pretty fun. And embarrassing later. When we left Gay 90s, we went to a club next door, which is somewhere where people dance. Not everyone dances, just people that are hired dance there. I'd never been to a place with dancing like that before. We stayed like a second. I was like, eh. So then we went to another place next door owned by the same place where the dancers were, but everyone was allowed to dance, so we spent a time there. Then we stole some property of Minneapolis that was laying on the street and ran around with that, and then I went to bed, and I woke up the next day and I thought I was dying. That was Gay 90s, so, but it was real fun, yeah. That's the PG version. I spotted A, some young people in the audience, and B, some parents sitting next to those young people, and I was like, this is a terrible, terrible story to tell, but it was really fun, and it really does, those bonding moments, you know, we leave our family and our friends, and it's hard sometimes, and it's nice to go out and have a good night like that. We don't do it often, so anyway, thanks for your question. Yeah.